Welcome to Positive Ways. My name is Matthew Collinson, and this is my great friend
Joseph Soma.
And today we are going to be talking about cannabis strains, our favorite ones in particular, but we're pretty much just going to flow with it and enjoy the day. It's a beautiful Christmas week, I guess, or almost Christmas week. So I guess it's Sunday technically, but Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, it'll be Christmas by the time some people are watching this. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it
All
may
of them.
be that you support. I think Kwanzaa's in there as well.
Is that Happy Kwanzaa on that one? Do you know?
I believe so, but I don't want to quote that. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Anybody want to drop a comment about what it actually is? That'd be great. So cannabis strains, man. Tell me, do you got any really favorites, or do you just enjoy a little bit of everything like I do?
Well, I I, hmm, I do like trying new flavors, new strains, but yeah, I do have a handful that I enjoy. If I see them, I grab them. And years ago, shortly after I got my medical license and started my own growing, I came across a Girl Scout cookie strain. Phenomenal. Absolutely loved it. The original Thin Mint Girl Scout cookie. Oh, I kept that strain going for a couple of years, and I'd love to have it again. But I also had another one, Blue Dream. Blue Dream. This one was
Yes.
really good. It had a really great flavor where other Blue Dreams I had kind of had like a too much of an earthy taste to it where I didn't really like it much. And it was from an indoor grow too, so I thought that was odd. But yeah, I bounce around between the sativas and indicas. I do love a good hybrid too, a nice half and half.
Yeah, man. I love that you said Blue Dream. That's actually the top of my list. It's my favorite as well. Man, you and I are gonna get some Blue Dream together, man.
Heck yeah, I know where I can go get another clone of that one from. So that the strain that I enjoy. So might have that going again in another harvest in the near future.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's why I want to come visit you, man.
Well, I'm a small time grower. I grow for my own medical purposes. I back when I got my medical card, I first tried and boy did I fuck shit up.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So
It's a learning process.
yeah, it's definitely just another stage of life where it's just learning as you go and then spotting the traits and seeing something not quite right and then correcting it before it becomes a major issue. And eventually, yeah, I moved up and started doing amazing grows. And one of my most recent harvests is I had a silver Kush. I'm usually not a Kush fan, but it's like, hey, I had a seed, why not plant it, right? So this Kush, beautiful. I mean, it was a beautiful, like burgundy red when it was flowering. Oh, I looked at that plant and I'm like, if that's as good as I think it's gonna be, ain't nobody gonna, get samples from me. And I did. I had the one plant. I think I ended up getting like 2 ounces off of it, and I did not share. I did not share much, I should say. I think I let a little bit go to a friend of mine, and yeah, it was an amazing strain that I would love to find again.
Mm, I haven't heard of that one. I had a purple kush on my list for sure because I've had some good purples.
Yeah, I do like some purples. The only other Kush on my list is the OG Kush. The OG
Mm,
Kush really hit me good too. Other than that, some of the Kushes just weren't really my flavor. They didn't hit me as good as I'd like to, but I know a lot of people like to grow them because they grow big and they grow fast.
yeah, me and my wife have this one that knocks me flat on my butt, man, and it's a hot Donna. Oh my god, hot Donna.
Hot Donna?
Yeah,
Huh.
it's by
Look
this.
that one up.
Yeah, it's by a local farm here. Pilot Farms does it, I believe. I don't quote me on that, but I think it's Pilot Farms. And it's just absolutely knock you on your butt. You're not doing anything after you're done with that one.
So that's a good heavy indica then, huh?
Yeah, I believe so, man. It definitely knocks me down. I don't always look at the sativa indica anymore. I used to a lot. I know when I get the sativa though that I think definitely more clearly. I slow down a little bit and I'm able to actually focus a lot better. It helps my ADHD and stuff. So
I became a stickler after going through all the physical disabilities. I really learned what works well for me throughout the day. If I need something that helps a little added for pain throughout the day. So I've learned to balance. Like lately, I've been doing a straight sativa during the day because it
mhm.
helps with the physical, but it doesn't really affect the mental much. So I can still go about my day, have my wits about me. But there are days where I kick it to like a hybrid or just a straight indica and allow that little extra pain relief. Because for me, the indica hits and helps with the pain a little better, with the
Yeah.
arthritis a little better. Then again, they could have a little more CBD within those strains than the others.
Sure, I like to look for those sometimes for sure. I know right now I have a tropical runts. I love the runts flavors too. They're pretty good. They got this. I wish I could describe it. I'm not like a connoisseur person, but it's like this smell to it that just touches like this part of you that you're like, oh, that's crazy. You know?
It's like it's almost like a pheromone where it's just like, ooh, that's nice.
Exactly, exactly. It's so good, and it's just got that like it's almost like a tang to it.
I'm almost well. I know some of the runts for me had like that fruity like tang to it, where you could just it almost like smells like a sweet tangy scent, and yeah. But for me though, I haven't had tropical runs, but I had the original runs, the regular runs. I didn't really care for that one that much. It didn't live up to all the hype that I was hearing about it. But
Mm,
I don't really follow the masses all that much anyways either, so I was like, yeah, it's okay.
no,
But
I just pick up what's in the stores generally. So
right. But the CBD stuff, I came across a friend who had the desire to have a low THC, high CBD strain, and he
nice.
brought me I believe it was 16 or 18% THC and a full percent CBD, and I was like, all right, we'll check that out, see what it does. That one was like a hash plant. It was a pretty tasty plant. It did well. It helped with the arthritis. It helped with the aches and pains, and it didn't get you too out of mind when you gotta function during the day or do your evening tasks or whatnot.
Yeah, I get that. I like high CBD sometimes for sure, especially for joint pains and stuff. Because I get them, especially being a old martial artist now at this point. I'm just like, I kicked my body's butt, so it's like it's paying me back right now.
Exactly. That's why I'm grateful I was able to get my med card back a couple years after Michigan passed the law. So I was on and off been using the medical marijuana over the pain meds.
Mm. It's so much healthier than that. Like that's what's cracking me up about this whole fight in general in society with the whole cannabis thing. It's such nonsense. It's better for you than alcohol. So if you drink beer, you're making worse off than you do when you're smoking weed. So
Right? Right? And a lot of people were programmed differently and they'll get all feisty about it. But if I remember correctly, like marijuana was outlawed because whoever was put in that government position, I forget his name right
it's
now,
prohibition. Yeah.
but yeah, he had a industry in the rope with nylon, and the hash, the hemp plant was putting him out of business. So he created a way to say, "Screw you! This is now illegal." By putting out all that negative propaganda, it's gonna kill you. Gosh, what was the movie called? Grass or something like that, where they go through the eras of how it was viewed and how much money was spent on the war on drugs and all of that.
I know, and it's a big part of it was the cannabis side of that too, as far as the cost goes, which is all BS because they could have been using that as a better way to like tax society, as it were. So to fix our roads and do all the stuff that they do, which is
Mhm.
beautiful, and I appreciate that. So I don't mind paying taxes. Thanks. Uh,
They do have their perks.
yeah, I mean, I think that. we could do this a lot more smoothly for sure, like in the world in general. Like, I don't understand why it's even a thing. Like, there's so many bigger things in this world.
Well, just on a paper level alone, just for paper consumption, what is it like? 1 acre of hemp equals 40 acres of trees or something like that. It was a huge difference. 1 acre, maybe it was only 1 acre to 4 acres. I know it was a huge difference, though. But you do simple things like that and utilize our land, be more efficient with what God has given us, and we can live that better life. But a lot of people had a different plan.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting now to watch. I enjoy being an observer, so I like watching the trends and how things move up and down, that kind of thing, and watching the whole like alcohol, drugs, all the other stuff that we've really put forward in our news and other such is just kind of sad, to be honest with you. Like, why waste so much time on that? Like, there's so many better things to do in this world. Like, if everyone would stop focusing on what not to do or all the bad things happening, like, focus on the good things.
No, that goes too. You are what you feed your brain, and when we're feeding our brain the news, it's feeding us death, murder, drugs, hate crimes, sex trafficking, and all of that crap that we know it's happening. But we also need that balance within the system to to have that good thing to focus on as well.
Yeah, and yet all the stories of all the good things happening that are, by the way, equivalent to all the bad things happening, we just focus on all the negative, uh, doesn't get shown because it doesn't draw in the dollars and signs and stuff like that, which is fine. But it's just like it drives me nuts to think about sometimes, for sure.
Yeah, no, I get it, and it's part of the reason why I don't watch the news anymore because I get shit's happening, shit's going downhill, but constantly shoving it in my face is only going to make me go downhill with it. And how can we raise the vibration of the planet if we're jumping down that same, hole?
Well, I believe the focus piece again. Like I think I truly feel we create what we want in life, and we might be focusing on the wrong one at the time, or it might be you might have been influenced because you watched a bad news show, for instance. So you're focusing on something bad happening, so something bad then happens. Like it happens all the time in the world. And now, if you focus on what's good and what is coming and what you can do and all this stuff like that, then you're creating a path.
Right? Right? Creating a better balance, creating a better future. I mean, you got the law of attraction in there. You got the art of giving and receiving in there, and balancing these couple things can really create a better life. And I know going back into the strains, some of the strains are really beneficial to just calm the mind and get out of that cycle, that rinse and repeat. Like I don't know about y'all, but the news in Detroit, like every day, there's at least one, if not six murders that they're sharing on the news. And depending on what time of day, you might hear it in the morning, afternoon, and evening. That's 3 times a day. That's 18 murders going through my brain right there. That's a lot of negativity, and then to have to calm the mind, balance it back out, do some breath work, do some meditations, do your gratitudes, focus on your positives. It takes a lot more to balance out. That's why I leave it. I check the Google headlines and read, what jumps out at me. But
Yeah, it's good to know what's going on in the world. I'm not
yeah,
saying bury your head in the sand,
yeah.
but like,
Basically, I don't
where
bury
where are all the
behind my stories.
yeah, I'm just curious where all the lives being saved are.
Say that again.
Where are all the lives being saved?
Not being
Like
shit
there's
on
six
the news.
lives there for 6 kills, there's probably 6 lives that are saved. Is
Right.
all I'm saying. There's a balance in life in general, because otherwise we wouldn't be here. We can't exist.
There was a story that came across my Facebook news feed yesterday. Some lady, I don't recall her name, she was giving praise to this gentleman. I don't know exactly what happened, but this gentleman protected her daughter or her two children or something like that. until help could arrive. I don't know exactly what happened or how, but those are the stories we need to hear. I mean, you read that story, it warms your heart. It makes your day go better.
And I also find that when you spend more time doing things like the gratitude, like personal development, like setting goals, like going after visions and stuff like that, you just don't have time for paying attention to that. Like, I'm not saying again on a negative way. Once you get into a position to be able to change something, I definitely suggest you do that.
Right. So
But
for me, it's almost like I hear that bad story, but I can quickly shift back into something more positive. I'm not being force fed it on the news. I catch it on my news feed on social media, or I'll scroll the Google feed and see what's going on. But I can transmute it quickly. It's not being forced in me. It's not having that programming. Because we all know the television, the programming that they like to use, the colors they like to flash, that makes the subconscious mind absorb things that we have to just fix and release later.
yeah, exactly. I release it with a nice day in nature normally or something chill. Like I really like I think being in a relaxed state of mind is the essence of living a very good life.
Right.
Because if you can relax and think, you can create anything you see.
Well, that goes to that, what is it, a Buddhist saying? Um, when the water is shooken or angry, you can't really see through it, but when you let it calm, it becomes clear and you can see through. And it's the same with our mind. When we're all frustrated and angry, we're not having our best thoughts. We're not making the clearest decisions. But if we can allow ourselves to relax and revisit that at a clear state of mind, we can make the best decision for us.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where like things, I mean, again, you don't need a drug to be relaxed. You don't need to do anything really. You could just sit there and be relaxed. I mean, I think there's a thing to where if you can be happy just sitting still and being silent, like you're in heaven essentially. Try it.
Essentially,
Try it. Like literally, can you just be without having any of the other things come into your mind? And if you can't, then there's practice to be done.
like for me, I sit with the breath work. I'll sit
Nice.
with the breath work, and that puts me in that peace of mind. That helps me settle that mind chatter because I've been having a lot of it lately. But since taking the breath work 5D course, I've realized how much breath work helps me have a calm state of mind. And doing it so often, I can come back to that state of mind in a matter of 4 or 5 breaths, and it's amazing how well that is, how useful of a tool it has, and it's something that we're doing nonstop anyway. So turn around and doing it in a conscious manner, really allows yourself to shift.
Exactly. Ah, and check it out, guys. On a Patreon coming to you soon, Joe's breath work.
Yes, sir.
I
Yeah, we
think
got to
that's a
put that
course in
together
the
soon.
making.
We got to put that together, get that up and going here.
Yeah, I think that'll be definitely one of our goals going into the new year. Will be creating courses for all of our people supporting us right now that will help them get where they want to be in life. And breathing can't get any simpler than that, man.
Right? Some simple, easy things to help live a better life.
This isn't one of those simple things to where it's simple not to do, though.
Oh man. So back to the strains. What is a good indica that helps you relax, rest, unwind, or just put your ass to sleep?
Oh, that's got to be the hot Donna, man. That hot Donna knocks me on my butt, dude. Like I can't even after that, which is why I choose not to do it unless I know I'm getting to a point where I can do that.
Nice.
It's a reserve strain.
Nice is one you keep in the back for when you really need it.
Yeah,
Heck
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I got some jars that I keep vacuum sealed all the time to ensure freshness.
Yeah. I just don't normally have just like a bunch lying around. I just have some here and there and I grab it when I want it kind of thing because that's the way it should be, I feel. Like it's not a need. But for strain wise, yeah, I think Blue Dream is still I'm so glad you said Blue Dream, man.
Yeah, it became a favorite. I think that's it's like a 60-40 sativa indica. I think that's slightly more sativa dominant, and that for me, honestly, I love turning that one into butter. That for me, that was an amazing. You
Um,
eat that cookie in the morning, and you just seem to have an amazing day. You know, but not many plants I've found I can do that with.
No, I haven't done much of that myself. I really have thought about it. It just hasn't been kind of time slotted, as it were. I think I just kind of like to buy it here and there, and well, I generally buy bulk deals because they're great here in Oregon.
Nice. Yeah, no, since Michigan became recreational, there's lots of great deals at the dispensaries too.
Well, yeah, we're
So,
getting half an ounce at 50, $60, or more. I mean, you can get up to an ounce for that, really.
right, when some, back in the day, a really good ounce was a minimum of like 200, and now you can find them
Yeah.
for 80, $100 for that same quality. It's nice.
Almost better quality in most cases, like than what it used to be when you had to buy it like not legally.
Well, sometimes it's a little drier than I like, but like you said, it's regulated, so it's got to go through all the testing procedures, and it's certified by the state and then released for sale.
Exactly,
So,
exactly. So the regulation helps a little bit, but I think that but they could have had that whole, like, system down if they would have done it originally.
yeah, yeah, that would have made a difference back when it was the free for all in the medical days.
It's crazy, man. Humans are
Yeah,
crazy, Joe. Crazy.
yes, we are. I've said it many times before.
Oh, man, I love it. Well, this has been a great episode, man. Thank you for, talking to me about a couple strains that you enjoy, and, you got a card I see that you're pulling?
Yeah, I didn't even think of it. I reached up and grabbed that deck real quick. Let's see what the Rebel card wants to say about a marijuana episode. Is that really what flipped over? So what flipped over was stop obsessing. You are not the fucking center of the universe.
That is so true. None of us are, huh? Or
Awesome.
all of us are, depending on how you're looking at it. Ooh,
Right? I could go a couple ways for sure.
yeah. All right, man. Well, I hope you have a great day, and I hope all you Patreon members have an awesome, awesome Christmas and New Year coming up here, 2023. Let's go.
Yes.